This is day 4 of drawing a flower from our garden. Today it's a Moss Verbena. We've planted these as individual plants, slender stems rising with intention. I start by just looking. The stems carry clusters of blooms, 5-petaled purple stars that catch the eye most when they move together. In the wind, the clusters feel alive, gently shifting as one. But today I'm drawing a single flower. It feels different when separated, still complete but more exposed, part of something designed to work together even when drawing alone. That moment of looking and noticing always slows me down before I draw. I begin in graphite again, this time starting at the center of the flower. That opening pulled me in first. It felt almost mouth-like, dark, slightly unsettling, something you notice more the longer you sit with it. Not closed, just open, perfectly shaped for a bee's tongue. Just outside that opening, 2 small purple forms sit on either side, positioned like quiet guides. They feel intentional, almost functional, as if they exist purely to help something find its way in. Details easily missed when the flower is still part of a cluster, but impossible to ignore once you isolate it. Working outwards from that center, I began shaping the petals around it. At first, I followed their curves, rounder marks, softer movements, letting the organic shape lead. The form started to feel too full, too resolved, so I paused. I rubbed parts back and shifted how I described the petals. Straighter lines, flatter marks, edges that suggested planes rather than volume. I switched to an ink pen and committed to that change, using firmer directional lines to give the petals a more architectural feel without losing their organic nature. That shift flattened the drawing, but clarified it. Graphite and ink became a way of testing attention, moving from the obvious shape to the quieter details hidden inside it. On the colour page, I start differently this time, working outwards first. I build the petals before the centre, letting the broader shape take form before moving inward. Light layers establish the curve, giving the flower its initial sense of volume. Then firmer, straighter marks come in, adding structure, direction, and a bit of tension. Only after that do I return to the centre. It becomes something to finish with, not to rush towards. Colour makes small details harder to ignore. What felt secondary in the cluster now carries presence on its own. Working this way reminds me of how much gets lost when something is only seen as part of a group. On its own, subtle features ask for more care, more patience, revealing what only appears when it's allowed to stand apart. As the drawing develops, I move back and forth, softening where things feel too rigid, reintroducing curves over straight lines, allowing the form to breathe again. Colour doesn't add drama here, it helps things make sense. It brings forward the parts that were easy to overlook when the bloom was one of many. By the end, the flower feels quieter, not smaller, just clearer. Taking it out of the cluster didn't diminish it. It changed how it asked to be seen. Some forms make sense through numbers, others reveal their character when you slow down enough to meet them alone. This is day 4 of the garden sketchbook ritual. One flower separated gently from the whole and understood a little bit more clearer because of it. If this slow practice resonates, feel free to follow along. I'm quietly rebuilding my creative flow, one small moment at a time.